Shalom, Allah start getting all praise and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, that was a great millstone. Salutations, hope for lit. This person is true, cause for conserve truth, charity. Alright, that's the brother I want about from the Birmingham Camp, Alabama, GMS, great millstone. Just gonna get to the sin, just going to about the characteristics of Jacob and Esau. Who's Jacob for like the day, and how Jacob is Israelite, Israel. It was Jacob's name changed to Israel. And who was Esau, today, and his characteristics in the Bible, So we're just gonna get into it. This is Genesis 25 and 22. Let's start at that point. Let's get to the point. And the children struggled together within her, and she said, "If it be so, why am I thus?" So this is Rebecca, asking the question. Reading on, and she went to inquire of the Lord. So she asked the Lord, why am I thus? Why is it, the children struggling in her womb, So reading on 23, and the Lord said unto her, two nations are in that womb, two manner of people shall be separated from their bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. So, she inquired, she asked the Lord, and that's why she's a struggle going on her womb, because two nations are in her womb, basically fighting in the womb, to this day, Jacob, and Esau, don't like each other, still fight amongst each other, have a hatred, Esau really have a hatred for Jacob, the elder shall serve the younger, so, we in the point time that, hey, Israelites, Israel, so-called niggas, Latino natives, we done serving this captivity. Our captivity is up, and Esau's kingdom is going down, and the Edomites gonna serve the younger, which is gonna be Israel. They're gonna be going into slavery and serving Israel soon, in the kingdom. But verse 24, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. Verse 25, the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and called his name Esau. So who today are the red people, called rednecks, names like rednecks, and the ones that get red in the sun, can't take the sun, they ain't got no melanin, so-called white people, really they red, because what scripture said, Esau came out red all over like a hairy garment, they hairy, red hair, and that's who Esau is today, the so-called white people, and Esau in the Hebrew means Adawam, it means red, so that means Esau's a red man, and that's who Esau, the Edomites of today, red people. They're not white. They just call themselves white. They put themselves under other names, but really, they go back to they forefather Esau, Edomites. They're the Edomites of the Bible. Reading on verse 26, and after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel. So after that brother came out, so right there, right here on verse 26, now describing how Jacob looked, because he looked like everybody else, had melanin, dark skin, and his hand took hold. His hand took hold on Esau's heel. That means, that's symbolic of, Esau. Hey, you came out first, but hey, you gonna serve the younger though, then that's a pulling down, and that's symbolic of putting down Esau's, kingdom, which is right now what's going on now, with the spiritually with the brothers and with the apostles, the elders, and the brothers on the highways and byways teaching, spiritually breaking this place down spiritually. And it's gonna go down physically when the Lord returns and take this devil down. It's like a woman. Like about that. I like to do something. But yeah, like I said, and this kingdom gonna be taken out when Yahushua return. So we know, and his name was called Jacob, and Isaac was 80 years old when she buried him. So that's his name was called Jacob, but later his name returned to Israel, which means Prince of Power. He's Prince of Power. So reading on verse 27, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter and a man of the field. So Esau was a cunning hunter. He's a man that trying to find ways to trap you. Trying to get you caught up in the situation. Trying to get you. And the Edomites today, what they like to do, like to hunt, kill animals, So, that's who Esau is. That's the characteristic of Esau, the Edomites. And a man of the field, like to be out, out there in the woods and, out and about doing different things, just all over the place, and just reckless and, the Esau is just, this wild man, just a wild man, basically. And and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. So, Jacob, Israel, it was time to Israel. The Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latino natives, we like to just chill, we ain't all into, being out in the woods and hunting and, it would come down to it where, we gotta survive and do that, but really Jake really don't really get into that. But they mostly just chilled out. They don't really get into all these other things, that Esau more, he all into all this, all these things of the world. But Israel, Jacob, the Israelites are more to what the Lord, has, set up and follow the ways of the Lord, and that things was going on else in the world. And that's what Esau do, just always latching on to this and that, not stable, and and just wild. Like I said, it's a wild man. So verse 28, and Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. So with Israelites, you have your mamas love their sons, love their sons a lot, care for their sons a lot. So from there, verse 29, and Jacob side pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. So Jacob, was cooking something up. Esau came from the field, he was hungry, he was faint. Reading on, and Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. So the food, Jacob cooking the meat, is not all the way done. So who likes their meat meter around? It likes blood on it, likes the blood come out their meat, and likes blood. That's Esau, the Edomite, the so-called white people, which they really read, I said earlier. They like blood, that's their characteristic. So that's who they are today. They go by other names, but in the Bible, that's who they are. The Edomites. The Edomites of the Bible, and they meat red as they characteristic. When they say I like my meat medium rare, steak medium, or like my steak medium rare, it means they like they meat not all the way done. So what Esau say, this feeding with the red pottage, that not all the way done meat. Reading on for I am faint, therefore what's his name called Edom, which I say, what I'm saying, I went to the word, what that means, Edom, it means on all the one, it means on red, So that's why the name was changed, name was changed from Esau to Edom, because he like red, he like that red meat. So that's why the Hebrews called the one means red. So reading on 31, and Jacob said, "Sell me this day that thy birthright." In verse 32, and Esau said, "Behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me?" So Esau made a deal with Jacob, gave him the birthright, and Jacob gave him the red meat. And reading on, and 38, Jacob said, "Swear to me this day," and he swore unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. So like I said, he made a deal, he made a deal with Jacob. He swore, and he gave him the birthright, and Jacob gave him the meat. 34, then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils. He did eat and drink and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. So, so Esau, so-called Edomite, Edom, he despised the birthright. But now, that was their forefather. But now they understanding that a birthright was a real serious thing to have, But he despised him. But Jacob Jacob knew hey, give me that. I need your birthright, give me that, because that's gonna be a forever thing, and it's and powerful, it'll be powerful, to come, and power with that birthright. It's power in the birthright, So Esau despised, and now he want to try to get it back, but they can't get it back. It's just gonna be all destroyed, forever for even for continue to kill Jake, kill the Israelites, because you haven't hated blood, you still continue to kill, the so-called Negro Latino natives, because you're trying to get your birthright back, but it's too late, because your forefathers, Edomite, so-called white people, your forefathers sold the birthright to Jacob. So there's no hope for so-called white people, Edomites. So, I just want to go into that, about the characteristics of Esau and Jacob. So with that, again, like God, praise to Yahweh Shem Shai, Hashem Kakadash, double honor to the apostles. It was a great millstone. Side attention to the hope for that. This push is true. Cause the folk comes over true sacred charity. And to the apostles, elders, to the sister Akim brothers, and to the few outcast sisters that do listen. Keep the faith in Yahweh Shem Shai. Keep fighting with that. Say shalom.